FlipAnything USA. So, let me fix this thing. Okay. Make sure we're public. This is short notice. Hey, the class is pretty darn full. Been a real overwhelming response on the mentorship program, and so I'm closing it tonight or first thing in the morning. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. Things are going well. Things are busy. It looks like we're having a quick recovery. I was worried about. Obviously a drop off, but it's looking like the jobs reports have been good. We're seeing actually more activity, a little more. I didn't see it coming, but a lot of people, I think, are deciding they want to get out of the city. I'm seeing some of the suburb stuff that I have. I've already sold three places now in 1 week. Hey, Keith. And, I was playing it safe, and I'm still making a profit, but looks like I could have held on and made a little more. But let me tell you, you can never get hurt taking a profit. So I have no regrets, even if things, recover really fast. That's all the better for me. I still have a lot more stuff I want to sell. But I am anxious. I'm anxious for the students in my my mentorship class, which I'm closing that. I want to keep reminding people because I am going to close it tonight. I got way more. I got a lot more people signed up than actually I anticipated, and I think it's great, and that's okay. Everybody's going to learn, and so that's a really good thing. Got a super, I think, smart and enthusiastic class. So this is you guys are going to see this tomorrow in our private meeting. This is something I'm mailing all of you, right? And basically, you're going to see I've got tabs in here to organize you. Some of this is out of the book, and then there's some stuff that's not in the book. But we're just going to get in. I just want everybody to make money, and I think we're going to have a great year. I think we're going to have a really great year. Like I say, this COVID thing that got in the way, it knocked us down a little bit, but we didn't have a burst. We didn't have a bubble that broke. What we had COVID-19, and now that problem's getting resolved, we're seeing, there's no reason for things not to bounce back quickly. You know what I mean? We have some restaurants are hurting. I can tell you, I have a few restaurants that rent from me. I have schools that rent from me. They've all taken a beating. They're coming back. They're raising their prices. Their prices have gone up because they're serving fewer people. I don't know if you see, but every other table is empty in the places that are open. We've had COVID jump up a little bit again. That's kind of expected, but it's not going beyond what the hospital resources have to handle. If anybody's got any questions, it's too late to talk about. Well, the mentoring class, just go to FlipAnythingUSA.com. I think it's gonna be too late for you to get in the one that's starting. It's gonna start the 27th. We're doing an informal meeting tomorrow. We did one last week, people are digging it, and I'm glad, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying showing you guys. I'm enjoying it. I'm reinvigorated. I gotta go make some money and demonstrate to you. I do already. I got lots of videos where I've made money, showed you. But we're gonna, the enthusiasm is great. I guess that's what I'd say. And that's one thing. When you get into, just give you an idea. Once you get in the members area, we've got a forum in there, and again, it's serious people out to make money from all over the country, and you guys can share. You can share with each other there, and you don't have to worry. You're not sharing with somebody right in your neighborhood that can, interfere with you making your deals. So it's kind of great because we're kind of building a little bit of a brain trust there, which I think is great. Hey, please like the video or subscribe if you're a first-time person here. I know there's short notice, but I just really wanted to let everybody know that. So tomorrow, 10 a.m., we're going to have the private class. Go into FlipAnything USA. If you're a member, you got your login. go in there and you'll see the information and where to go to get your StreamYard link if you want to get on face-to-face in the teleconferencing thing. Otherwise, you can get into the, you can just go to the YouTube thing and type in your questions. And again, you're going to be getting one of these mailed to you, and that's going out Monday. And have your questions ready, your best question. Because may only get one to a person there, I don't know, but I've got some ways of working that out, which we're going to talk about that too. Because I want everybody to go away fulfilled, satisfied, and smarter, right? You got to get smarter. And you're going to know. You believe me, you're going to know. You already got the book, and we got videos. I got exclusive videos in there, but this is as close to one-on-one as you're going to get, and we're going to have a lot of one-on-one. But we're going to really just, I'm trying to download what I got in here into you, and we'll just see where it goes. But I'm really optimistic. We've already had people making money, obviously, from just the book and the videos, and they're sending in their testimonials, and that's been really cool. I appreciate that. I appreciate those pictures of people sending me, reading their book by the pool or on vacation. Got a nice one with a picture of a guy in Italy the other day. That was kind of cool. So I appreciate all that. Anybody got any questions? And I'll, oh gosh, and I'll look at them. Okay, Keith, man, tonight's the night, last night. If you're going to do it, you better do it right now. Hey, Nick, you don't need a wise wife. You just go do it. Listen, I'll tell you, that's one thing I'm going to tell you. You're going to operate on your own. You got to be self-motivated. You got to be self-motivated. It's the only way. You're going to know you're doing a good job when you see the money you make. I mean, that's all the accolades you need and the pats on the back. I know some of you got shared income with your wives and things. If your wife isn't supportive of you figuring out how to make money in real estate, then I suggest you cut the checkbook in half and say, okay, I'm going to do this, and you go do that. Or vice versa. Hey, Matthew, thanks, man. I'm happy to share. Been sharing for a lot of time. I've been doing this for 3 years online here, sharing with everybody. Been investing, believe it or not, guys, been investing almost 40 years. Time flies. Yeah, Oliver, you can go to FlipAnything USA, but if you don't have my book, don't bother. You got to have my book first. I'm not saying don't bother, just don't worry about getting in this one. I'm going to do another one. We'll have another one starting in a few weeks, and you can jump in there. And even if you do jump in earlier, you'll still be able to audit what's going on, and you're going to learn a ton. All right. So I'm feeling pretty good about the economy bouncing back fairly quickly here. I do think there's going to be some pain. I can tell you that I'm excited a little bit on the commercial end because I've seen, hey Heckmer, me too, the commercials taking a hit a little bit, a lot of fear in that group, and so I'm happy for that. I'm glad because I'm looking at buying bigger centers. That's what I want to do, and I've actually got a pretty big property of my own that I think I'm going to sell, and I've got some serious interest on it. Of course, I got to find something else to buy, but that's what's keeping me busy right now, aside from putting this class together, which has been really keeping me busy a lot too. Hey, man, I hate to ask, who's got the time? What time is it, please? I actually have an interesting tenant that I think I'm getting a contract signed tonight. All right, 3:40, that means it's 5:40. Okay, for me it means it's 5:40. That's okay. I got a little time. Let's see. All right, Casper. Hey, man, I tell you, my email's pretty thick. The email is pretty thick. If you got a question, you might want to make your comment right now, to be honest. I'm having a hard time getting through the emails. That's kind of why I created the membership thing. It's because it's just more than I can, it's keeping me way too busy. Show us how you'll talk to owners who might sell crappy house on the road. I'll just tell you this. I talk to every owner that has property with respect. What I don't do, and this is, everybody should take this in, because some people play a game and it's just stupid. They insult the owner. They pick apart the property and point out all the negatives, and that's quite offensive, and can be really offensive to some people that are very proud of their property. So what I would suggest you do when you're looking at buying a property from somebody is compliment them on the things that they like or you think they like, and the stuff that you think is terrible, maybe ask a question about it, but don't act like this is a piece of crap. What about this? What about this? What about this? They're gonna send you out. They're gonna not like you, and they're gonna send you down the road, and you're not gonna have a chance to buy it. What I generally tell people is I just try to ask them how much they want for it, and I compliment them on the things that they're obviously happy about. Listen, they bought that property for a reason. Somebody bought that property for whatever reason. They might like where it's at. It's near somebody or near some amenities. But by asking those kinds of questions, what brought you here? You'll learn about the neighborhood. You'll learn things about maybe certain things about the property that are assets you don't even know. Which I got to get this video out pretty quick here. I call it real estate jujitsu. It's actually out there, lost in the myriad of other properties videos I've made. But that one I kind of want everybody to watch, especially everybody, all my students. Let's see, Matt has a deal going on, but everybody that I'm encountering my network is looking for residual income. I'm looking to build capital. Oh, Matt, you're in the course, you're in the class. Hey, it doesn't matter, it's the same principle. Whether you're buying to have income or, your hedge is buying it under market. So, the bottom line is approaching people and making a deal. That's relative, whether you plan on holding it or whether you plan on flipping it. The approach is the same for buying. Oh man, Commando, go to my site, go to my website. You ain't gonna make it into this one. This one is closing by tomorrow morning. You can take a look, but it sounds like you probably don't have my book. If you had my book, you probably know. How would doing small flips to generate profits and eventually doing commercial real estate be smart? Sure. Listen, that's where I started. I started flipping property. I have to double my money. Any of the guys, the guys that don't have that much money yet, you have to flip. That's where you get your cash. That's where you get your seed capital. You flip, make money. Flip, make money. Keep turning. And then pretty soon you got a pretty good size amount of money. Well, you can start flipping. You can flip, and then you can, but at some point, you're going to have enough excess capital that you might say, you know what, I'm going to buy this and flip it, and you'll buy it, and you go, man, this is got a really stable tenancy. I like the income, and maybe you got so much equity that you can pull some money out of it and use that to fund your next one. Man, I've seen some amazing deals, some that I didn't get, that I wish I got. And one I'll tell you I think about is in Hermosa Beach. This guy bought a 21 unit, and I didn't know about it until it was too late anyways. He got like a 21 unit little apartment, hotel, near the sand. And he only paid $1.5 million for it. That property makes about $6,000 a day. It makes $180,000 a month now, and that's some money. That's some real money, and at that rate, golly, what is that? That's a ton of money. He's making back what he paid for the property every year. He's making what he paid for the property, and yeah, Kingdom. Listen, if you find something in California, listen, I used to live in California. I was born in California. I've owned, property on, Ocean Drive in Ventura. I've owned, I don't know, maybe 70 lots, quite a few houses, commercial buildings, industrial buildings. I love California. If you find something near the beach, I like the beach. I mean, I like the beach and I like the weather in California. I hate the politics in California. I love the tax rate. The taxes are great on property because it's only 1.1%, although I heard they're creeping it up with these special assessments, which, whatever they want to call it, it's tax. It sucks. But you know, you get taxed to death in other states worse. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks, Greg. I appreciate that. But you know, who's got a question? You got a deal you're working on right now? Give me an issue. Give me a concern. Give me something to answer. Yeah, David. So David says, are there any loans similar to FHA when you're, well, I mean, in FHA, if you mean you can get in with very little down, yeah, Kingdom, look around, man. I don't know which beach you're at, but, you know, I like beach property. The question, though, just before was, you know, I don't know about loans like FHA. I mean, I'm done with residential loans. I borrow from myself. I just pay cash. I'll borrow on a line of credit if I don't have cash in the bank. Those are the kinds of things I do. I just don't like the whole process of borrowing money residentially. It's silly. It's ridiculous. I can borrow millions easier for an industrial property than I can borrow, you know, a couple $100,000 for a little house. It's silly, but that's how it is. But see, in the old days when I started, I could buy anything with 25%. They had non-qualifying loans. You could buy anything. 25% down, you qualify. That's simple. And that's really how it should be today. But so, yeah, if you don't have good credit, if you aren't already established with money, you just got to find a deal. You got to find a deal. You got to find stuff that's worth 30% under market. Something you can buy for $100,000 that's 70, or, you know, $1 million for 700,000, whatever. Then finding the money is easy. I always say, worry deals, not money. Don't worry the money. Worry deals. As long as you get something written up and signed, and you got a decent amount of time to act, to purchase it, then you've got time to go find money. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to do that. If you take my mentorship class, I'll tell you everything I know. But in the meantime, you can get my book, which tells you probably all you need to know to get started making a lot of money anyways. In fact, a lot of people have already made money. Newport Beach, Huntington Beach, yeah, not bad. You know, I'm not a huge fan of that area. The beaches are too shallow, but they're cool, they're pretty. But I like Manhattan Beach, and I like Hermosa. They don't have a lot of public parking, and the asset in that is they're not crowded. You know, there's not much riffraff, you know. And LA's full of riffraff, you know, in different peripheral areas. But those beaches are clean and pristine. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough, Paul. In real good areas, it's a little tougher. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Hey, that's nice. Nice, Cabdola. Yeah, you know, you keep your overhead. You know, I went through 6 houses before I was 25, and when I was 25, and I bought a few buildings, but when I was 25, I said I'm done. I'm gonna, you know, I'd made quite a bit of money already, and I said I'm gonna buy a house, and I bought a house for myself, 145,000, 3,200 square feet, I think. I wish I could show you a picture. It was beautiful. Cul-de-sac. Giant pool, bigger, almost as big as the pool I got now, not quite this big, but it was good. It was beautiful. And spiral stairway up to a deck, you know, jacuzzi. I had cypress trees around the perimeter of the entire property, sport court for shooting baskets. It was really, I was 25 too. I mean, it was awesome. But I rented the lower portion of it, like kind of a wing of the house. It had a wing My bedroom and master bedroom and all that stuff was all upstairs. Big, cool thing. And then downstairs I had a pool table and a pool room and a bar and an area with a fireplace and big kitchen. And I just rented one section off to a buddy, and he had like 3 bedrooms, and he made one of those his living room. And it was a cool pad, and I rented him $500 a month. I think my payment was $1,000 a month back then, but I was paying 9.25% or 9.125% interest on that first house I bought. So don't complain about interest rates right now, believe me. Hey, also please hit that like button. I see you got a lot of folks watching. Hit that like button if you like what you hear, and hit subscribe. You'll learn a lot here, and you can always bail later. What else we got? What worries me, that who in their sane mind would sell with massive discount? You know what? You'd be surprised. You know, I tell the story about, you know, the motivations. Listen, there's divorce and disasters and death. And, you know, listen, I bought a lake house for probably 1/3 of what it was worth. And that wasn't that long ago. Again, inheritance money gets squandered. I wasn't fortunate enough to get this one, but I talk about, you know, this guy came out and he bought 160 acres for $160,000. That 160 acres was worth $5.5 million. And he flipped it as soon as he bought it. And he made that $5 million. Agents, inheritance, people get money, they get it easy, they don't sell it, and they just go, oh, it's free money. 160 free money, $5 million. They blew it. And that guy, you know, he was probably in his early 30s. I think I know who the guy was. And he had a partner. They built homes, and he did that deal. And he told his buddy, "Hey, you can have the business. I'm moving to Oregon." He went to Oregon. He sold that property, $5 million. Went to Oregon, bought like 10,000 acres. Then he bought 5,000 acres, and then he got paid almost as much for them to log the property that he just bought. And he got a great lesson. And he got that lesson, you know, at 33. He wasn't rich, but he was. By 34, he was. So those are the kinds of things that can happen if you keep your eyes open and just work smart. You know, don't give your money to somebody else to screw around with it. Don't loan people your money. Don't go in on stuff. I mean, if I hold the reins, okay? When I have a partner, I let them be like a 30% partner. And the security for them is I own 70% or I own 66 and a 2/3%. I run it, I own it, I control it, but I have the most to lose. And so you somebody where they just get a bunch of money from you and make a down payment and borrow money, and if the thing crashes, it doesn't matter because it's in its own limited partnership. It crumbles, they walk away, and guess what? They don't have any money in it, but your money is. Yeah, wait. Gee, I don't know what mac and cheese is, but I hate mac and cheese. But, I mean, unless you're talking about something else, but that macaroni and cheese, you gotta remember, I was a welfare kid for a while. We got free macaroni and cheese for years, and believe me, it was on the table every night. I never liked macaroni and cheese. So during these crazy times, do you think this is, you know what? I feel better about buying today than I did even 2 weeks ago because it looks like we're having a pretty fast recovery. Now, my concern always was that we got a pretty big Band-Aid. I have a lot of tenants that paid their rent with the Band-Aid, you know, the aid. I don't call it Band-Aid, I'm not insulting it, but they got aid. Well, that was fine for a lot of businesses. One of my companies got that Band-Aid. It was fine, it worked perfectly. But those companies that continue to suffer, and I'm talking about restaurants and gyms, you know, dance studios, those guys aren't so fortunate. They're still having a little bit of a tough time. Now, that doesn't make up the whole economy, obviously. So, my book. Well, other than me talking about hating it, I don't know what I'd say mac and cheese on. Great, David. If you sell a rental, does the recaptured depreciation hurt you? Well, I mean, I depreciate things to zero. If I hold them long enough, then I pay a gain on the, you know, it gets depreciated to zero, and now it's all gain. So that's why we do 1031 exchanges and things like that. Josh, it's possible. I just told you a story. A guy became a 5 millionaire, one deal. Now, I ain't promising anybody results, but because it's all on you. But I can certainly show you how I've made tens of millions. And I kind of, I did a video about Ben Malla. Why is Ben Malla richer than me? I think I figured it out, actually. It's because I don't do exclusively real estate. I mean, real estate is so easy for me that I always can make money at it. I mean, it's all in here. Been doing it for so long. But once in a while, I venture out into areas that I'm not so good at. And I have fun, but I've lost a lot of money doing things that I am not so good at, that are not real estate. And so I've wasted time and money doing some things that I'm not so good at. And that has taken me off what I know best. And even like right now, teaching you guys how to make money doesn't make me any money. I mean, the course, I'm making a little bit of money on the course, but I've been giving the book away, and I've been doing this stuff for 3 years. I've been helping people make money for zero. And but it started to become a job because of the amount of questions that come in. And so now I thought, great, you know what? I'll mentor the guys that are most serious, and I'm enjoying it. And now I take it seriously. I'm protective. I want to make a lot of money. Okay. Answered your question just by talking already. Great. Okay, would you recommend I bird dog in a 300K neighborhood or a 200K neighborhood? Quite honestly, in my opinion, you'll find more deals in the 200K neighborhood. So I would work the 200. It's more affordable to more people. That's why I just sold 3 houses, 300,000 and less, just like that. But they're not affordable, the smaller group. Yeah, Raphael, my rule with all brokers is I work with all of them. I'm not loyal to one. You try to marry yourself to one person to look for deals, and you're screwing yourself, because I'm very loyal in the end. But what I'm saying is, you bring me a deal, I'll buy it. That's my rule. You bring me a deal, I'll buy it. And if I sell that, but if you bring me a deal, I might find something else that I'm working on that I'm getting close to making it, but I can't do it. They won't sell it cheap enough. Then what I'll do is, these guys want to list and sell. Here's their number, call them, talk to them. And then they go close the deal, and they make their commission on a sale on a property that I have no chance of buying anyways. Joshua, no, it doesn't matter. 10 grand, listen, that's a chunk of money, I mean, $10,000 is a nice chunk of money. You can take it, and listen, 10 grand it's a lot easier to double 10 grand than 100 grand. I mean, I can't tell you why, but I think it goes to what I was just saying about would I invest in a $200,000 neighborhood or a $300,000 if I was going to scoop it out to try to flip. I'd do the 200, and the reason is I just think there's a bigger market. The smaller the dollars, the more affordable to more people. So you got 10 grand, you can go tie up a lot. You can buy a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 lot with $5,000 down. And if you're buying it $10,000 under market, you can resell that, $20,000, $30,000 lot for 40. And somebody come in, give you $10,000 down. You'll put $5 grand in your pocket and maybe carry a note for $5 grand. Yeah, listen, you'd be surprised, Victor. I bought a lot of desert land, okay? Like I tell you guys, there is no bad real estate. There's just bad deals. Everything has some value. And I've sold desert land that will not have any, I'll probably be dead before anything's ever living on it. You know what I mean? In other words, there isn't going to be a structure on a lot of the property that I bought and sold. But people buy desert land. They go, gee, I can get 640 acres. But you got to be careful. You got to make it to your grandkids, because you might have to hold it that long. So, hey, look, I got to go. So I want to make some money, and I want to get that thing full. So I'm going to go get my book, wake up and smell the real estate. And you guys that are going to be in the mentoring class tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Time, when you get in the members area, you'll see the link. You guys that want to join up, join up. Tonight's the last night, but that's it. And he's not a kid. Recognized me, signed up for the course last that I bought that morning. And I knew where he lived because he told me his address, and I knew he lived near. And I run into him with his little babies, his wife, and 2 beautiful kids. And so he's gonna actually come back and start working for me and help moderate the stuff that we're doing in the classroom. And because we want to make sure that everybody that has a question gets their question answered. We're talking about, a lot of times people think of a question later on. I may just have people, we'll have a spot either in the forum where you ask your question, and we'll take all these questions, and then I'll take all those questions and I'll answer them in a video, and we'll timeline each one, and that video will be posted within the forum, and then you can go in and get and go right to the timeline and see your question and get the answer. So anyways, I'm figuring it out. But I'm having some fun doing it, and I'm most excited because like Ellie, man, you don't mess around. I appreciate that. It was nice to see that. I don't know if you can turn that into a deal or not. I don't want to be too skeptical on that, but I don't want to be too optimistic either, because I don't want you to make a mistake. But you'll know exactly whether it's a great deal or not soon enough. And all right. Good. Amen. Thanks, Kingdom. You guys take care. Good night, and talk to you all soon.